Ladies and gentlemen, a 1/12 scale Star Wars mini rig Skiff, and I've been wanting to build a scale model out of EVA foam, and I thought this would fit the bit. And 1/12 scale, I've been in hot and heavy in it, and that's your 6-inch action figures. One thing about 1/12 scale, there's hardly any vehicles, and I thought, little mid-sized vehicle would fit perfect for what I want to do, and I wanted to tap into the EVA foam world and build a vehicle in 1/12 scale, which would be, and I'll be honest here, two things. The price, if you build it out of traditional styrene, and the price would keep going up because you know, molding, casting, and building it from scratch, and also the weight. To build that EVA foam, very light. Build it out of styrene, be very heavy. So first thing I had to do on the Skiff is I had to make a paper template. I took the better part of the day to get the right angles and curves to where it can flex the foam and get the basic shape. So I started out with 10mm foam, which is basically a floor mat that you can get real cheap anywhere, and then HD foam for the basic shape on the top and everything else. So I hammered out the basic hole. It's basically two parts, just cut at angles and curved. And then I started adding the side detail, adding the back here, which is housing the, I want to say, the little sail on top. However, I do not want to copy. I'm not going to copy this exact for the 3 3/4 version. I want to do the 6-inch, but I want to add just updated a little bit on the 6-inch scale, just to make it the same but different, if that makes any sense. The cupola, I was going to do that out of foam too, but I had actually a dome base that I bought at a dollar store, and I just flipped it upside down and glued it in, and I think it made an excellent cupola out of it, and it just gave it a little more, not necessarily everything out of foam, have some found objects on here. So I started on the sail part rod here, so hopefully I had to laminate two pieces of foam together, and trying to get that squared away and try to get that centered, and I think it's starting to take a little bit of shape. One thing about EVA foam, I do like it. It's just like traditional model building, just a tad bit different. The only really complaint I have with it is there's not enough, I want to say accessories. When I say that, you can get foam dowels, but they're always real big. In the styrene world, you know how you get the smaller rods and tubes and all that. I wish there was more of that, and even strips. I mean, it's no big deal to cut it out of a sheet, but if it's already pre-cut, it'd be kind of convenient. But other than that, it's a very easy material to work with. You really can't use the harsh putties, but you can use other different types of acrylic or water-based putties, and it works out just fine. So that is where I am on the 1/12 scale mini rig sail barge. And if you ever read the history on the mini rigs, these came out in the 80s. These were the cheap version of a vehicle where you could mostly everyone could afford the mini rig until you get the bigger ones, during Christmas, birthdays, whatever. But the gentleman that designed these, they always asked where were these on screen in Star Wars, and he always said they were off screen, which I thought right there is imagination at its best, and I thought the little Skiff. But anyway, if you really want to look at the Skiff, it's actually in the Droids cartoon. There's a little scene there, and it shows them. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. But anyway, we're going to do a little more on the Skiff here, and I'm not going to have Lando pilot it. I actually been wanting to do this for many, many years. Lando's always in disguise, and I want to pop his head off, put another head on, probably an alien head, and have a different alien in that type of garment, That way, I always assumed Lando took it off someone, another race, you know, that's what I always figured. But anyway, that's going to pilot for it. Because that was a thought I had to go with it. But anyway, that's where we're at on the 112 Skiff. So that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.